right, so this week we're looking at the second half of composition. Now, again, these 6 or 7 different types of compositional elements that we're looking at are not the only compositional elements out there. They're just some of the most common that we see used in photography. So we will be finishing up our third part of the American Photographers movie, a quick little video on soft proofing and how you can use that to help increase your editing skills. And then we'll be looking at 4 videos on the different types of composition we're looking at this week. And yes, again, there are 4, but 2 of them kind of link together. So first off, we have unity and harmony. This is how all the parts of the pictures work together to create a more seamless whole. So I like to compare this with like how when you listen to music, yes, a guitar solo is beautiful, but when you have the full orchestra, you have more depth and richness of sound. Or if you have your favorite band, you have a bass, a drum, a guitar, a vocals, all of those work together to create a more unified and beautiful sound. So in image making, that could be like having a beautiful green park, but not just having grass, having trees, having a picnic bench, maybe having a dog running through it. Like all of the elements are coming together to make a beautiful picture. If you are looking for them in the compositional PowerPoint from last module, you will actually find most of Unity and Harmony under what's called classic landscape. I think that's towards the end of the PowerPoint. And these are images where everything in the picture creates a beautiful landscape image. Of course, Unity and Harmony does not have to be specifically for landscape photography, but it does shine there. Next, we're looking at balance or forms of symmetry. So you have absolute symmetry, you have radial symmetry, asymmetry, and it's not just physical balance, because obviously the photo isn't have any tangible weight, but how the objects read in each side of the image and how that balances the image out. And then thirdly, we have pattern and chaos. I like to think of chaos as unorganized pattern. It often is a repetition of an item, just in a chaotic or non-orderly fashion, where a pattern is a repetition of a pattern or theme in an orderly fashion. So again, watch those videos, get a little bit more in-depth information. But we will be doing, if we wait for Canvas, one image using Unity and or Harmony. They kind of go together. One image using a form of balance, and a image using either pattern or chaos. So again, 50 images, roughly. I would probably be at this point fine if I just saw 25. You're getting better at selecting, photographing things that particularly fit for the assignment, and I'm sure you're getting better at knowing when you have a really good photograph for a particular part of the assignment and when you have maybe a not as great photo. And I'm hoping that you're aiming to just take those great photos at this point. So you're going to collect less of the not so great, or, it kind of works maybe, photos. All right, and then of course we have our weekly photographer discussion post, 1960s. We've got a lot of interesting stuff happening in the world in the 1960s. So you've got Life magazine has a whole editorial on Woodstock. You have photographs from like picketing the idea of the Vietnam War, lots of stuff happening, whatever's happening globally in the world in the news, there's photos just to illustrate that. We've really turned a point in history at this point where image-based news is becoming a driving force. Now we hardly look at words, we only look at pictures. Pre-1960s, 1950s, and 40s, newspapers still didn't have that many images in them. And now we're starting to see like the headline photograph becoming a really important tool in the history and in our news venues. All right, I look forward to seeing your photographs this week and reading your photography write-ups. I'll see you next week.